Hello everyone and welcome back to this new Wii episode for the STM32 tutorial, where in the previous video we have been focusing on how to create a program using Keil uVision and then load it in the STM32. However, this time we are going to stop a little bit and understand the device or the machine you will be using to load the program. And depending on your board, you will have to use, or it will be more convenient to use a certain type of device. So as you can see, there's a huge list of devices that can be used. And for today, we are going to use Keil uVision to set up each one of them, to show you also how to connect them. And also we are going to go first through the genuine, and after that the fakes, and also for the JTAGs. So we are going to see all of this displayed board here, and also we are going to use other different type of board. Those boards will be shown as below. So we do have at the far right the black pill, and the MCU is the STM32F411. So this is a famous and very small chip pill that you can use a lot. It's also very powerful. In the middle, we do have the STM32F4VE, also very powerful, bigger in the size. And the MCU is the STM32F407. And this is also a really nice pill that you can find a lot in Amazon, or also in AliExpress, which is more famous in the Chinese side. And at the end, we are going to review also the Discovery board, which is an official ST board that they are releasing. The microcontroller is the STM32F407, almost same as the board in the middle. The two last digits are different, and we will see it in the next videos. So for today, we will use these three boards, and we will experiment how to load code inside of them. Well, let's start with the first element, and which will be the genuine, and this one is the board and the STM32F4 Discovery, and the MCU is the STM32F4 07VGTX. And this is the picture of the board, where you see in the red array, you do have that small part is the ST-Link that are loading your code to the microcontroller. So as you can see, it's an STM32F103C8, and we have a whole series about this microcontroller. And after that, there's the pros and cons to this ST-Link or this loader. First of all, there's no upgrade issue, so it's a really great. Then it's very reliable, so it's quite good. So in a way, the build quality is extremely good, and you just plug and play. Then no setup required, as I said. This is embedded with the board. Cons, not portable, so you can't use it for other boards, which is quite a waste of good opportunities. Also, in case of this is damaged, it will be very hard to load your code in the board, and it's like you're losing your board with it. Okay, so now that we had a review, let's take a quick look and really have the upload directly in that microcontroller to see how it works. So let's take a look, prepare the whole program. I hope this is the right one, so let me check. So this is the VG, so I prepared 3 codes for this one. So this one is the right one, so we can start for this is the VE. Actually, it's wrong. The one that I would like to upload is the one for the VG, this one. So we will see all the 3 codes. Okay, so let's take a look quickly on our code and how we will make the setup. So we do have here just some function that I created to prepare our setup, and then we will have a simple code to toggle the pin PA0 and PA1 with a 500 millisecond interval. Now, let's go to the setup of the ST-Link from the perspective of the uVision or the Keil. So we go to debug, and we just choose ST-Link here. And in the setting area, always, so here there's nothing connected. And so before that, so let me show you just the ST-Link, which is ready here. We are going to connect it with this small breadboard, which have two LEDs. And let's put this ground in the ground like this. And after that, let's put these two little boys in PA1 and PA0, which are always here. Somehow in the boards, always PA1 and PA0 are together, whatever the board I got. So that's quite very useful thing to have. Okay, so now we just simply connect our USB cable to the connector here. So if we put it, so we should hear like the board is reacting for the first time. This is quite a new board that we are opening today, and we see everything is working quite well. So let's quickly then start working with this board. So let me first remove the video and get back to see what happened when we connect. So now when we go to debug and we go to setting, we can see that everything is connected and everything is well. So let's go to the flash. We would like to have the reset and run, and then in the pack we uncheck this enable. So all seems good, but look, when I click on load, what would happen? I will have old ST-Link firmware detected. Do you want to upgrade it? So if I click yes, one error will happen, and this is because it's within the right or wrong mode. So, and another window is opened, this one, it's for the ST-Link upgrade. So let me bring back again the video so you can see what's happening in the card itself. And if I try to click on connect, you can see that, okay, detecting it. And if I put yes, it start loading the code, which is wonderful. So now I'm updating my ST-Link, and seems that everything is going well. So it takes a little bit of time waiting for the progress, and successfully happened. Great. Okay, so now we just have to click again here and to see what happened. So the code has been loaded and finished. Somehow this is not working. So let's check what's happening. Okay, let's confirm. So all the code, let me just save and build first, then load. Okay, so we do have it. Just forgot to build my code before loading it. It's a good learning. But you can see that was fairly very simple and straightforward to load your code. Okay, that was the first genuine ST-Link, which is attached to the discovery. So now let's take a look to the next one. Okay, and let's hide this little boy. And we go back to check about the next one, which is the ST-Link, this blue little one. And actually this one will be used in certain pins in this shape. And for today's example, we are going to use this board that's called STM32 F4VE, and the microcontroller is the VET6, which is a really beautiful board. Mostly it's called a kind of a Chinese board, but it's a really interesting board with a lot of small features that quite make fun the programming things. And I added the link in the description. And let's go quickly through the pros and cons for this ST-Link. So first of all, there's no upgrade issue. We will see it later on. Secondly, it's portable. So at the opposite of the previous ST-Link, we can use this one for many STM microcontroller. No setup time is required to just plug and play, and protection against wrong wiring. So this happens if you do use a not good boards, that you will have some trouble, and I will explain it later on. And that can be used for both STM32 and STM38 microcontrollers, which is an advantage here. However, one of the trouble here, this is not just it's not powering the chip, and we will see it later on. This is just programming the chip, and that's quite like not very helpful. So we need another cable to work with it. Then the wiring so we need some extra wiring if we have peels. We will see it later on. and limited only to STM32 and STM38 microcontrollers. And we will see later on what I mean by that. Okay, and finally, compared to the other one, this one is a little bit expensive. So you have to pay sometimes 20 to 30 US dollar or even more depending on the timing to get this genuine one. Okay, so same for the previous one. Let's quickly take a look to this one. So probably, yeah, the VET6, and this is the code. It's exactly the same code, the same library, and you will be able to create this kind of library in the future. So let me go here so that no difference at all. But now what I need to do is to go here, disconnect my discovery board here, and just bring our little blackboard here. And after that, let me bring the ST-Link, which is here. As you can see, this is the ST-Link here. And we need to connect. So there is a tent here that you connect directly. It's straightforward. So let me put it like this so you are able to see it. And also let me connect the wiring. So we do have here the ground. So a ground here, and A1 and A0 should be together as usual, and this is what we found. So this is the A1 and 0 together. Let's put, I think I didn't put it in the right place. Now it's in the right place. Perfect. Okay, so we will test first without power in it, without adding power to the board. So let's bring this one and power here, just putting this one cable, the USB cable, and I hear that is connected. But if I go right now, so if I go back, so let me hide the webcam here, and let me go back to the setup and go to debug. I do have my ST-Link. I do have the connection to the ST-Link, but I am not able to connect with my microcontroller. So let me power now my microcontroller. So I will bring the power cable to the microcontroller. This one, this one. I need another extra power cable here. Okay, and the power cable has been powered, and that's what I need. So if I go to the setup here, now you can see I do have my code ready. So I'm able to read my microcontroller data. Okay, so here now, what we are going to do, we just have to load our code like this, and everything's worked well. So let me now show you, and you can see that I could load my code and I have my pins toggling every 500 milliseconds. That was the ST-Link. This is the original ST-Link from the ST company. Okay, so let's hide this and go for the next genuine one, which is the USB stick that is manufactured by other, like it's a CMO or a different other constructor. This one works well, and we will see why this is one genuine, because there's no upgrade issue. So usually this kind of the loader is used for the what we call a pill, or this kind of a small board that you have 4-pin connection that are directly connected. And for today, we are going to use the STM32F, the black pill, or the STM32F411CU. So it's a kind of a monster inside a small, tiny chip. And one of the crazy things about this USB or this, it's genuine, so it's working without no issue, but they do not provide the pin mapping that you have to connect with your pill. So that's a little bit off as when they build this kind of pill. So then for the pros, there's no upgrade issue. You can directly work with it. It's portable, so it's very small and portable. That's very good. No setup time required. You just plug and load your code. There's a protection against wrong wiring, and like in some fake one, I will explain later on. Sometimes when you wire in the wrong way, and it happened a lot for me, you can destroy your STM32 and sometimes also the loader. So just careful about this. But for the genuine one, there's a certain protection that would cut the current immediately. It's very useful. That can be used to program whatever type of STM32, F1, F4 or F1, whatever the STM. So that's very useful. It's quite cheap. So it's usually at maximum the third of the price of the blue STM, the one manufactured by ST, and it's powering the chip. So you just plug it and it powers the chip, no issue at all. Finally, one of the problem, as I shared at the beginning, no information about pin names. This is really crazy when they do things like that. So the USB is really good, but it's unfortunate they do that. And the wiring is required for other boards. If you have different pin type or pin structure, you need to spend a little bit of time by putting the wires. Okay, so let's now take a look on the let's hide this first, and let's go to the code for the STM32F1. No, actually, let's start directly with this. So we are going to stop it. And so let's first disconnect this little one and remove the power from here. Is relieved, okay? And we can bring the little black pill that we do have here. So as you can see, this is the connection that has been made. And now I'm going to connect the ground first. So let me find the ground. And after that, I'll be connecting the A0 and A1, and they are really right next to each other, even in a very small pill. So let's bring them together here, like this. Now, let me power this pill, like this. And it's working. This is a brand new little black pill. So let's now see the code. So let me open the code. That should be this one. Yes, and let me hide the video. So with this one, it's really straightforward. You go to debug, you select ST-Link, and then you go to setting. You can see that this is immediately detecting the ST-Link and also the chip that you are going to program. You go to flash, you reset and run, you click it, and then for pack, you click at disable. Okay, let's bring back the video and see what happens. So if I load my code like this, I should see my two LEDs toggling with no issue. Quite simple and straightforward. And you can see with those genuine chips, everything goes almost smooth and with no issue. Okay, so let's go back again. And now we are going to start seeing a little bit about our friend, the fake chips. So the first one, this is the USB. It's quite a nice and small one. You can see near here that if you push too much, this one gets broken and it's not well fixed. Build quality is really desirable. Like we can say that's not the best and they could do a little bit more. That can be used for like directly with those pills with the four pin directly by connecting the ground, the clock, the input output, and the 3 volt. And let's take a quick look on the processor. It's portable. It's same as the genuine one. There's no setup required. There's actually the protection against the wrong wiring is not always working. The newest one are good, very useful. Like you can adapt them. It's exactly the same as the genuine. Very cheap, not relatively cheap, but very cheap compared to all the other ones. So for $2 or $3 you can get one. That's a fantastic deal if you have a limited budget. It can be used for the STM32 and the STM8. microcontroller and it's powering the chip. So it's really they made a good effort to be near the original one. However, you do have an upgrade issue, and this is what we will see together when you try to upgrade the last firmware. So you get with a kind of troubles. Uh, yes, sometimes there is a wrong pin name. So what you see here in the description and what is within the board is different. The clock and the I/O are inversed sometimes. So just careful. If it doesn't work, you may have to remove this one a little bit and check what is the right pin name within the board. And finally, you will need a little bit of wiring if you like when you connect your stuff. Okay, so let's now go to the code another time. So before the code, we quickly take a look at it. So we remove this one, we remove here, we remove the power, we remove this board. We have another new little board here. Let's first connect the ground and then both A1 and A0 should be the same thing because it's exactly the same board. Like this. This one maybe has been programmed before. So let's connect. You see, just when I try to connect, this one's sleeping a little bit. Okay, we do have it working and powered. So now that we do have everything, let's go back to our code. Go here. And that will be exactly the same thing that I have done for the genuine one. So you go to the debug, you go to the setup, the ST-Link is detected, the I/O or the chip is detected, you go to the flash, you have to click reset and run and back and click the enable for the latest versions. Okay, so now if I just click on load, you will have this one, old link firmware detected. Do you want to upgrade it? So if I click yes here, so and I go to this one, and this is what's happening. So I go to detect device. So they say, okay, first of all, the DFU mode, like we need to restart it. So what we have to do, let's show the camera again. We need to disconnect it first and then connect it again. Okay, that's what it means for the a little bit older ships. And if you go back, connect, that will find it. And then when you put yes here, it will wait a little bit. Actually, it loaded this time. Like usually I had some troubles, but this time it loaded, so I'm quite surprised. I think something strange did happen, but that's very good. So I'm I'm well surprised. Okay, so it's a fake one with a really good thing. So perfect. So now it loaded with no issue. And so let's go back to here. And if we load our code and it start toggling with no issue at all. So the code is working perfectly. And we should now have no issue with the loading problem. So that's fantastic. Okay, what a good surprise. Then let's go to the next one. So let's hide the video here and bring back this one. And you can see it's a different, we need to have a special selection for the chip, but with the same program, we could load in 3 different microcontroller. The next fake one is the one that looks really the same, but unfortunately it has trouble here. So this is the fake uh, ST-Link bootloader, and it is like we can use it to upload the code in this kind of pin structure. It's very useful there. And just for you, if you are worried to buy the fake or the original one, this is the genuine one, and the genuine one usually costs more than the fake one, but still the fake one is expensive compared to normal USB. Okay, so from the pros, it's portable, no setup is required, can be used for STM32 and 8, power the chip. So the fake one, which is really funny, power the chip instead of like the original one does not power the chip, and that's really funny thing. So it has upgrade issue. So last time I checked, I had an upgrade issue, which I will check this time. Maybe it will work. I will have not to have each time the message that's saying the chip is not upgraded. And then wiring is required with a pill board. And after that, so it's limited just the STM32 and 8. Okay, so let's take a look now. So, yeah, and it's relatively expensive compared to the simple USB. Okay, so let's bring the camera, install it. So just again, this is the ST-Link that I do have here. This is the fake one, and compare with this is the original one. So they pretty looks same. So let me remove this one here and stop this little pill from working. Unplug this one here and bring back the our black board here, or the F4 board. So same way of connecting. So this is again the old one, so the fake one, and let me show it just in case. And this is the original one. So you can see looks almost same. Okay, and then let me connect this one here like this, and let me connect the ground. Here's my ground, and let me also connect the PA1 and PA0, which are both always near to each other. Okay, so now normally when I will connect this one, it will work directly because we already loaded the code within this board. So let me check where is the connector for this board. Yeah, I found it. Here it is, coming. Okay, so you see, just by connecting this one, I'm powering my board using the fake ST-Link. That's crazy. Sometimes the copy is better than the original. Okay, so let's wait a little bit so you can see better. And let's go to the code. So the code is probably this one. No, this one. Hope I'm correct. Let me check again from the chip. This one is the, yeah, the yeah, that's the one that I need to load in. Good. So same as usual, go to debug, check the ST-Link. You go here to setting. You have everything as needed. All is good. So, oh, I need to hide the video. Yeah, just check the setting. All is good. And now when I try to load, it says, yeah, there is an old ST-Link. Do you want to upgrade it? But yes, okay. So this is here. I click on connect device, but please start it again. So I need to disconnect, and this is what I'm doing, and connecting back my ST-Link. So now if I connect, it detects my ST-Link with no issue, and then I click yes. Yeah, this is really, yeah, I was quite surprised the other one worked no issue, but this is the issue I usually have. So let's connect again, try. Now they say an upgrade error. Let's try something just in case. If I go here and I change compiler 5 and then compiler 6, just to see, yes, let's bring it again. And if I upload now, that's the error that I do have. So this one, this is really, I think that was manipulation, or the other one is quite a pretty well ST-Link, but now this is not working, and this is really the desired what I wanted to share about fake ST-Link. So let's go back again. So now if I can still load, so let me bring back here, so video, I can still load. So when I click here, I still get this message each time, and this is what is the very annoying thing. So I would have just to click no, but you can see my code is loaded. I can change a little bit. I can stop one of the pin from toggling. So I will stop the pin 1. Okay. And if I click here and then I load my code, so I still always will have this, but now I have only one pin toggling. And that was really a good demonstration to show a fake ST-Link, even though it powers the chip. Okay, so now we have taken a look to how a chip works. Let's quickly go back and take a look now at the JTAGs, which are fantastic ones. So the JTAGs we are going to present two. The first one is Ulink2. Those one are really tools made by ARM, and they're really, really good for real-time application. So we can use them for this one, especially this one. We can use them with this kind of pin connection because the wire is directly connected with this Ulink2. And we can use, like by using special wiring, we can connect to those one. The pros, very, very useful. So it can be adapted for all the board with ARM microcontroller. So I'm not talking here STM, but we are talking about all the ARM microcontrollers, which is ARM based, like ARM architecture based microcontroller, which is really fantastic and really helpful. Then it's portable, it's still a little bit big, no setup required. We will see it like straightforward. There is a protection against wrong wiring and can be used for the STM32 and even all the other ARM. Do not power the chip. This one, if you want to buy this one, it doesn't power the chip. So it's same as the original ST-Link. You will need some extra wiring for power, and it's relatively expensive. It's expensive as much as the ST-Link itself. But the advantage of this one, you are able to power far more microcontroller that uses the ARM architecture. And finally, yeah, we cannot use it for the STM8, so which is not under ARM architecture. Okay, so let's now take a quick look on how to set it up. So let me add the video quickly, video here. So let me first stop this one and remove this. And after that, we bring this little boy here and we simply connect it like this. Okay, this is connected directly to this one, and we need here a different type of connector, which is this one, this type of USB that we need to bring. Let me bring here so it stays visible. Just connect here. And as you see, so this is powered, but not my board. So for the board itself, I will need to provide some power. Sorry, yeah, having sometimes a lot of board is always fun, but sometimes it's not like create disorder. Okay, so now that's working. We see everything, and let's see our code. So let's go back here and hide the webcam. So by clicking here for the debug, we are not anymore using the the ST-Link, but we need to change it now. So if we go here, so this one, this is not the connected one. Always forget, let's try the J-link, not the J-link 2. Okay, Ulink. No, that's not connected. Which one? Yeah. Ah, Ulink, this one. Yeah, yeah, I missed it. That happened a lot. So we find our code here, and so this is connected. So we have our JTAG connected, and our target is connected. And sometimes there is a JTAG or SW. You have to select the SW. Okay, so just careful about this. For flash, reset and run, and for back, enable. Okay. Now I think you don't need to enable actually. So we go back here For this one, we remove enable, enter, let's save. So now what we are going to do, let's show back, before showing back, let's reverse which pin will be blinking or toggling. So instead of having PA0 toggling, we will have PA1 now. So let's save and build, bring back the video and load the code. And you see now, so something, yeah, it's correct actually. Why I know it's correct? So let me show back the video, the code, because at the beginning I put it I toggle PA0. So it's normal to have PA0 as high. So if I remove this one and bring back the video, I still need to save, build my code and load it. We don't have the PA0, which is the red LED blinking, and everything works well. So you could see this is the Ulink working well, but still we need to power the chip, and that's not always very convenient. So that's good. So let's go back to our last JTAG. This is long video. I understand with quite surprises even for myself, and bring back the last JTAG, which is the J-link. And this is my favorite one because you can connect it with this kind of adapter and like this way. And using this, you're able to connect whatever type of connector you do have. You're just limited by the cables. So you can connect easily with this pill, blue pill, a black pill, sorry, or even with this F4 with no issue at all. So from pros perspective, this one is very useful. It's also, you can use it for all the ARM build microcontroller. So not only the STM, also the ARM. It's portable, you can take it with you anywhere. It's a little bit big, but that's part of life. No setup time is required, like the same one. Protection against wrong wiring, so it really have a kind of protection. It can be used for the STM32 and also power the chip. At the opposite of the other one, the Ulink, we can power the chip using this one. And finally, that's an expensive chip. But like this loader is a bit expensive and cannot be used for the STM4, the STM8. Okay, so let's start working on it. Same again, let's bring the code here and the video so to see how we connect the whole thing together. So first of all, let's remove and plug this one like this and remove power from the board. Okay, here. And let's take this nice little one. So we do have, this is the JTAG or the J-link, which is really good. You see how big it is compared to my hand. And this is the adapter. So you just connect the adapter gently here. Okay. And after that, you just have to take one of the cables that you do have like this. And when you buy this adapter, all the cables and adapter comes with it. So that's good. So I prefer installing this one first. So not to put pressure on the dent of the JTAG, and just connect it after that. And then you connect here. Okay. So now let me power this one. So let me turn it like this so it's still visible for you. And put on power. Okay, so you see that it's working immediately. So it's powering, it's working very well. So let me hide first the webcam and go to how to make the setup. For this one, we go to debug, and here it's a G-link. That's easy. The other one I don't use that much, but this one. And now you can see, so here it's SW. It recognizes the G-link immediately and find the target directly. So it's straightforward and perfect. So we go quickly here and we just here reset and run. All looks very well. And let's put OK. Okay. So now let's go back again, and just now the two pins will be toggling together. So let's change a little bit the code. They were toggling in a different phase, but now they will be toggling at the same phase. So let's save, and let me show the webcam again, and save, build, and load. So now we have only one pin. We should see now both pins toggling together at the same phase, which is fantastic. Now let's finalize our last test, but this time by adding the pill, use it for the pill. So let's just unplug the power here and unplug this one. So let's remove it like this. And here I do have, this is directly the one that I will be using. I do have the ground, the clock, IO, and the power, the V reference. So I just connect it straightforward. So I know them. So the black is the ground, the red is the power. I bring here, so I just quickly connect. So the ground is black here, the red is the power, and then what I do have, my clock is the blue one. So I'll go to the clock here, like this, and the yellow one should be for the IO. Okay, final check. The IO is the yellow one. So let me connect it here, and let me get this one like this and connect it before connect the whole thing to power. So this one should be connected to ground, where these two little one will be connected respectively to A0 and A1. A0 and A1 always near to each other. Perfect. So let's power the whole thing and see how it be working. Okay, so nothing is running right now. Okay, let's check. Let's check. Oh, I understand. This is not the board I should be using right now. This is a different board that I put it aside. So let me remove this and put one that we have been using so we can compare apple to apple. Okay, and this one again. That's a part of experiments and how you learn to be more accurate in electronics. Unfortunately, I do those mistakes quite a lot, and it takes a lot of time to understand the origin of that. Okay, now it should work. I should have something blinking. Yeah, I do have my two LEDs toggling. Yeah, I hope you see it well in the camera. And I will be selecting this time not the code for the VET, the 407 VET, but I will be checking the code for the F411 CU. Okay, so let me just hide the camera quickly. Nothing to change here. We have nothing to change. The code will stay same. So let's change a little bit the code, same as the previous one that we put it, where both LEDs will toggle together at the same time at the same phase. So let's, no, it's by just hiding this one. So let me bring the video again. And if I do save, build, and now load. Okay, they said no ST-Link detected. I had a message error. Let me show again. When I try to load, because this was a different Keil session opened, so I need to set up again, go to debug, go to J-link, go to setting. It's detecting everything. So yeah, it is detecting everything. I need to reset here. Trace looks good. Let's check again. Okay, here that's a good example because here you see it's a JTAG, but if I use SW, it detects my device immediately. Yeah, that was a good mistake, I think. Okay, so let's show again the camera and load the code, and both LEDs are blinking at the same time. Okay, that was the last example of today. Hope you could understand better how to load the code in your microcontroller with different type of ST links. I hope you enjoyed and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.